guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've been meaning to film this video since my birthday, but कुछ ना कुछ चले ही जा रहा था तब से, and I could not get time to sit down and finally speak. So today finally I'm gonna be talking about my financial mistakes I've made in my early 20s, and now when I've entered my late 20s, I wanted to share this little bit wisdom with you guys. Reason being because मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि there is so much we promote and ask you people to buy, but we never share the other side, or we never, like, especially I'll talk about myself. I have made hauls, I have made vlogs, I have done almost like beauty videos, skincare videos, everything. But I feel I should also talk about lessons I've learned in terms of money, and somebody who is recently started working can implement, some of these for themselves. So, ज़्यादा वक्त ज़ाया ना करते हुए, let's quickly jump into the video. So, the first lesson जो मैंने कभी initially नहीं learn किया था is that, as a person who is coming from a very humble or middle class background, you should save. Okay, saving should be the topmost priority of anybody who is recently started working. Okay, a lot of people say that you should invest. उसके बारे में हम बाद में बात करेंगे, but I feel you should learn to save a lot of money first and then invest. Like once you have a significant amount, उसके बाद आप investment करो, but पहले you should learn how to save. And that is like, मैंने जब मेरी Infosys वाली जॉब थी या फिर उसके बाद जो मेरी जॉब थी, I did not save a lot in those jobs, and उस चीज़ का रिग्रेट मुझे अभी भी है. बट नाउ आई हैव लर्न माई लेसन, एंड नाउ आई ट्राई टू सेव अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट अमाउंट एवरी मंथ. एंड यूजुअली लोग क्या करते हैं ना, पहले दे गेट सैलरी, then they do all the expenses, and whatever is left उसमें से they try to save, which is a wrong approach. Rather, it should always be like, first you should save, and then whatever is left should be for your expenses. So this one rule can change the way you look at savings a lot. So that is the first tip or lesson I've learned, that you should save a lot, but again you should not compromise on the expenses. Like जो basic bills हैं या necessities हैं वो तो जाएगा ही जाएगा, उसमें आप कहीं पे भी cut down नहीं कर सकते. But the expenses which are not so required, or which are more fun oriented, I would say you should definitely have a look at them and think, whether it is necessary or do we really need it, or it's like heat of the moment wala cheez. Again, before proceeding, I'm not saying that I am the best और मुझे तो बिल्कुल ही बहुत अच्छे मैं pro हो गई हूँ, but yeah, at least being aware gives you the perspective to solve the problem. If you don't know you have a problem, or you're not aware that you want to solve a problem, तो फिर वो कभी भी you will not reach that state. So awareness is the first step. Then second tip I would give, which is like a subset of the first one, is build an emergency fund. Now that emergency fund could be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 50,000, and it varies from person to person. किसी के लिए 3 महीने या 4 महीने सस्टेन करने के लिए या 6 महीने सस्टेन करने के लिए 5 से 6 लाख रुपए बहुत होंगे. किसी के लिए आई थिंक 2 लाख रुपए बहुत होंगे, और किसी के लिए शायद 10-12 लाख भी कम होंगे. सो यू शुड नो कि आपके एक्सपेंसेस कितने हैं, उसके हिसाब से यू शुड बिल्ड एन इमरजेंसी फंड. वंस यू आर डन विद द इमरजेंसी फंड, then you start looking into the investment options and फलान ढकान जो भी स्टॉक वगैरह होता है, वो मुझे नहीं आता है, ठीक है. Do not call me out or do not ask me. Emergency fund is the first way where we start, कि पहले आप उस fund को build कर लो, and then you should move on to your investment. This is again after years of wasting a lot of money. This is what I've realized. तो इसलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ कि सीधा इन्वेस्टमेंट पे जंप मत करना, because being a person who does not have a lot of financial laybacks, you cannot rely on for your own expenses. I'm talking about those people. So emergency fund is the key, guys. So build that and then start investing. Third is budget allocation or tracking, which I've recently started 6 महीने पहले. पहले मुझे लगता था कि हो जाते हैं यार खर्चे, कहाँ ही पता लगता है, but I have a specific notebook which I've started doing. Even if I'm doing a 18 rupees ka UPI, I'm writing in that notebook, and what it helps me with, it helps me to track my expenses. एक तो सबसे यूपीआई के बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे, बट जब से डिजिटलाइजेशन हुआ है इंडिया का, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पैसे तो बस उड़ रहे हैं बच्चों के, क्योंकि यू नो एवरीवेयर यू सी दो स्कैन, एवरीवेयर द ग्रीन मनी इज सो इजीली एक्सेसिबल दैट किसी ने भी ना कैश रखना मतलब छोड़ ही दिया है. मैं उन लोगों में से जो बिल्कुल भी कैश नहीं रखते हैं. कैन यू इमेजिन? बट नाउ आई स्टार्टेड कीपिंग अ लिटिल बिट कैश विद मी, बिकॉज जब फिजिकली आप किसी को पैसे देते हो ना, यू फील दैट पेन. व्हाट आई फील कि जब हम किसी को पैसे देते हैं तो थोड़ा सा बुरा लगता है, ठीक है, लेकिन जब हम वो ई ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहे होते हैं ना, तो हमें वो पैसे जाते हुए इतने फील नहीं होते हैं. दिस इज लाइक अ साइकोलॉजिकल थिंग बेबी. यू गेट द आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. सो स्टार्ट ट्रैकिंग योर एक्सपेंसेस. पिछले महीने मेरे बर्थडे मंथ में आई रियलाइज दैट आई स्पेंट अ लॉट on a nonsense things, and then I spent the second most amount I've spent on food. Not very proud, but at least I am aware where I'm spending and what I'm doing, and this month I've tried to cut down that thing a lot. Budget tracking और allocation. दूसरी चीज आप ये कर सकते हो, अगर आप ट्रैक नहीं कर सकते हो तो start allocating how much you are going to spend on your hobbies or like luxuries or like things you want to enjoy, and then think like the amount of money you need for your expenses, like general expenses like bill, electricity, rent, everything. There is a specific amount you can allocate for food and travel. मतलब it will help you to track कि कितने पैसे कहाँ जा रहे हैं. So that is one thing. And one wise lesson which I learned when I was like 21 or 22, when I had my first credit card, that you should never spend the money you don't have. Okay, it's a very simple but complicated like scenario. You know, companies give you these fancy credit cards with like 0 annual fee and no falan dhakan whatever, but let me tell you what it gives you. It gives you the buying power, but do you actually have that money? You end up buying on things on EMI or mostly on, you know, credit cards, and then you think कि next महीने पे कर देंगे, but next महीने जब आप पे कर देते हो then you become broke, then you again end up using that card. It's a loophole, guys. So that's why I'm saying don't ever spend money you don't have. Also I want to say अगर आपको लग रहा है कि यार फिर तो हम कोई चीज़ अफोर्ड ही नहीं कर पाएंगे या खरीद नहीं पाएंगे, उसके लिए I think you should have like 2 or 3 bank accounts, and whatever you want to buy, start saving for it. Like every month put a little bit money in that account for that specific item. Like I have started doing it because I want to buy a camera from a really long time, or now I have started doing it every month, like some portion, like even if 500,000 rupees, but I will put some money into it, and once you reach the goal, like jitne ki bhi wo item hai, then buy it. Well, I think this is the healthiest way. I think this, like for me, this is the healthiest way. Or if you know that you know you will be getting the money, or नहीं, this is the healthiest. नहीं, there is no other substitute. भैया आपके पास पेटीएम होगा? Again, more UPI and less cash. This is another point which I feel nobody talked about, कि हमको UPI की इतनी आदत हो गई है that we don't even realize how much we are spending. Okay, कभी अपने बैठ के पेटीएम के ट्रांजेक्शन्स देखना, यू विल बी सरप्राइज हाउ मच यू स्पेंड ऑन स्मॉल स्कैन्स लाइक 18 रुपीज़ का, 20 रुपीज़ का, 25 रुपीज़ का. दीज स्मॉल अमाउंट्स लीड अप टू लाइक थाउजेंड्स समटाइम, और मे बी इट्स जस्ट problematic me, but start tracking where your money is going, guys. Also, another point, me being a YouTuber or me being a part-time YouTuber, I feel we promote a lot of stuff, and this is our job, guys. Okay, in India you don't get a lot of money from AdSense because CPN, CTR, there are a lot of things like which basically helps you to calculate the money you will be earning that month. Okay, so AdSense is very fluctuating for every YouTuber. I'm not saying that only for Indian YouTubers, even the YouTubers who are there in US or Australia or any other region in the world. It really depends on the performance and the CTR, and there are so many other like zillion factors which contributes to your AdSense income. So ऐसे में क्या option बचता है ना, जो like people like me who are doing it part time or doing it full time, they have to pay bills, right? This is the source of income for them. So what they end up doing is that they end up taking a lot of deals from companies and they end up promoting a bunch of stuff. But being a consumer, being a buyer, अब ऐसे तो नहीं है ना कि अगर अमिताभ बच्चन 50 चीजें प्रमोट कर रहा है तो सारी खरीद लेंगे, नहीं, right? Similarly, even if your favorite influencer is promoting everything or like let's say 50 brands, you have to be mindful of what you are buying. And that is one thing which I think we should talk about more. People shade a lot on YouTubers for like ki oh she promotes this or he does that, but I feel you should cut them a slack because it's a source of income for them, and rather start being more mindful of what you are buying. Like I am an impulse buyer, I accept that. और अगर मुझे कभी कोई चीज़ बहुत अच्छी लग रही होती है मैं शायद heat of the moment में ले लूँ वो चीज़ and बाद में उसको शायद use भी ना करूँ. But I have started noticing this pattern, and before buying anything I really started I'm not there yet, I'm not saying I'm perfect, मेरे से अभी भी हो जाती हैं वो गलतियाँ, but I'm saying that I'm starting to put some effort into it now. कि like पहले सोचो वो खरीदने से पहले कि will I be able to finish this product? Do I actually need this product? Do not let marketing gimmicks or like marketing agencies play with your conscious. So be mindful of what you are buying, and retail therapy is a thing. I agree, I totally agree, but be mindful of it and you should not be frequently doing it. Once in a while if you want to treat yourself, do it. क्यों ही कमा रहे हो फिर अगर अपने ऊपर नहीं खर्च करोगे? But अगर सिर्फ खर्च ही कर रहे हो और सेव नहीं कर रहे हो, that's a problem. Okay, now 6th point and the last point, ज़्यादा बोर नहीं करूँगी मैं तुम लोगों को, is investment. As I said, build an emergency fund and start saving for the money for the items you really want to buy. And once you have that money and you like have purchased whatever things you want to buy and like whatever you want to spend on, then you should start investing. And अब investment वाला मुझसे मत पूछना, मेरा खुद का डब्बा गोल है उस पूरे सिनेरियो में, मैं नहीं बता पाऊंगी. But like mutual funds, they are the safest option I would say in terms of if you are going for investment. But again, अपने CA को consult कर लेना, मेरा सुन के कुछ मत करना. Stocks are there, then there are bonds and everything else. Then there is people invest in real estate as well. ज़्यादा पैसा है अगर तुम्हारे पास तो yeah, you can start investing. But before that I will also suggest कि invest in a good health insurance. Now health insurance के बारे में बस थोड़ी सी बात करूँगी. What does they do? Like they have a tie-up with a bunch of hospitals, and if you have an emergency or if you want regular checkups or something, so usually normal hospitals में you will be end up paying a lot, like it will cost you a kidney. But if you have health insurance which you are paying an EMI for every month, then अगर गलती से भी कोई emergency अगर आ जाती है तो it will be covered or you will get the money back, like जो भी वो claim होता है आप कर सकते हो. But if you don't have that, then जो भी आपका emergency fund है, जितना भी आपने save किया है, that will just go like this, गायब हो जाएगा. Because health emergencies are like that, health facilities in India, you know how it was. COVID में सबने देखा है, it's shitty expensive guys, and if you do not have a plan for it, then start thinking about it, start searching for the plans. देखो तुम्हारे लिए कौन सा प्लान बेस्ट है, कौन से प्लान को तुम अफोर्ड कर सकते हो, कौन से हॉस्पिटल तुम्हारे एरिया के पास है. बेसिकली तो वही वाले लाइक प्लान्स चूज करना जिसमें तुम्हारे आसपास के हॉस्पिटल्स हों. ऐसा भी नहीं ना तुमने ऐसा प्लान ले लिया जो भाई तुम रहते कहीं और तुम्हारा हॉस्पिटल 20 किलोमीटर दूर है, ऐसा भी मत करना. सो या I won't dwell a lot onto it, but I would suggest you to start investing in or start looking out for a health insurance which will help you in a longer run. A lot of people in the abroad and in foreign countries, like they have like this like a basic necessity, but here in India we do not pay a lot of attention on health insurance, and then लोगों का बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा जो वो सेव करके रखता है लाइफ टाइम वो हेल्थ इमरजेंसीज में चला जाता है. सो दैट इज़ वन थिंग आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट, एंड विद दैट वी आर done with today's video. I hope मैंने तुम लोगों को ज़्यादा नहीं पकाया होगा, and I hope this is like me giving you, my older self is giving advice to the young audience who is watching me. I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying कि मैं कोई पैसा ऐसे इधर उधर तो खर्च करती ही नहीं हूँ, मेरे से भी गलतियाँ होती है. बट अगेन being aware is a good thing, and आप तभी कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर पाओगे अगर आप उस बारे में अवेयर हो. इफ यू आर नॉट इवन एक्नॉलेजिंग इट और नॉट एड्रेसिंग इट और नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट इट, देन तो लग जाएंगे. सो या, विद दैट बीइंग सेड, I'll see you next week. And if you like this video, if you want to share it with somebody who might find it useful, then do it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find the beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walk